Hey guys, and welcome back to another Pokemon card opening. Today, I'm excited to announce that I have a set somewhat close to release day. We are opening Black Volt and White Flare. It is a dual set, the first one Pokemon has ever done, because half the cards are in Black Bolt and the other half are in White Flare. Luckily for us, the first product I managed to find is a pretty good one. This Victini illustration collection I found at GameStop for $25. Not only do you get the illustration rare, but you get this Pokeball promo as well, which I believe is just the normal card from the set, if I can take a peek. Yeah, it is, just the normal one from the set. But they did a cool thing. They made the Jumbo the illustration rare. Absolutely adore that change. That is such a cool Jumbo to get because it's of a full art card rather than just being a normal EX card, which I think is an absolutely excellent change. But how do I feel about Black Bolt and White Flare being two separate sets? I guess I don't love it, but it really doesn't bother me because most products like this box, I'm pretty sure this is a special expansion. Could be wrong, haven't checked if there's like single packs for it or booster boxes, but I'm pretty sure it's a special set. So most boxes are going to contain both Black Bolt and White Flare anyway, so it really doesn't make too much of a difference. Do I want them to do it ever again? No, I'm okay with it just being one set per era, one set per thing. I don't want every set to be split into two, but for this, I think it's okay. But anyways, I managed to find this at GameStop, like I just said. Having a hard time finding product, as I'm assuming most people are. It contains 4 packs, 2 Black Bolt, 2 White Flare, and then the 2 Victini cards. You can go ahead and read that if you want to borrow a mythical Pokemon's power. I like the black and white aesthetics. I like how it's a complete remake of the original black and white sets. This set has like 150 special and regular illustration rares in it, which is absolutely amazing. They also took my favorite part of 151, which was that each evolution line is done by the same artist, and applied it here. So even if cards are split across 2 sets, I think that this is a very cool set, and I cannot wait to open it today. I would have bought 2 boxes, but it was a limit of 1 per person. Probably the only reason why they even had 1 left. And to be fair, they had 4 left. I was just going to Target to check. I went to Target, but since, for me, where I live anyway, the Target, Walmart, and GameStop are all in the same lobby, I decided to check the Target and GameStop. Walmart is just a lost cause at this point. And GameStop, I haven't gotten cards at GameStop in a long time. Usually, that's the first place people go to get their product. So I really wasn't expecting to find anything there. I was actually thinking about not stopping there at all. But I did. I stopped there, and I almost didn't check behind the counter either. That's where they were kept, and they just had 4 of these boxes left. And I was like, yeah, of course I'm going to get it. I wasn't even thinking about going to GameStop. Of course, I did try my luck, and I went to Barnes & Noble's after, which is a bit more of a drive, and they obviously did not have any product. So I got very lucky the first time around, but hey, I will take it. I cannot wait to open it with all of you. Starting with our Jumbo illustration rare Victini. And wow, that is very off-cut. It's a little more on the left side than it is on the right. Honestly, I don't care. You can probably get a better look at it in the back. This side is just much bigger than this one. If any card was going to be off-cut, I would rather it be the Jumbo card over anything else. But I still really love that. I hope they do more things like that in the future, where the Jumbo is of the illustration rare rather than just the normal card. We also have our 2 other promos, as well as a code, which I'm going to give to you guys because I never need to use it. Oops, I just dropped the code on the floor. Oh, and my card is damaged. Oh, God. We'll have to talk about that in a second. Oh, I'm not happy about that at all. Well, first of all, a card that isn't damaged is this. Is the code for you. The Pokeball Victini. Hopefully the other one isn't damaged like this one is. On the very bottom corner, I don't know if you can see it or not, is bent. Right there. Try and get a focus on it. I guess it's pretty hard to notice on camera, but it's pretty obvious in person when you see it. Yeah, you can kind of look right there. There's a little bent on it. And there's a huge amount of whitening at the top. Well, that is disappointing. That's very disappointing. That being said, hopefully the normal illustration rare is not damaged like this Victini was. There's a tear in the sleeve. There we go. Has V-Force. If you have 4 or fewer benched Pokemon, this attack does nothing. It also is the Pokeball pattern from the Japanese side of the sets. Not the same one they used in Prismatic Evolutions. We also have our normal illustration rare, which thankfully is in fine condition. I'm glad if it was one of them that was damaged, it was the Pokeball pattern. This is Scarlet and Violet promo 208. I believe this is probably going to be one of the last Scarlet and Violet products I even open on YouTube. But yeah, at least this one's in fine condition. A little upset about the Pokeball Victini, but if it had to be one or the other, I guess I'd rather it be that one. But anyways, there's our 2 Victinis. Of course, we have our 4 packs, which is what most of you are interested in seeing. 2 of which are Black Bolt. I keep saying Volt with a B, but it's Bolt with a B. Black Bolt. And then 2 White Flares featuring Reshiram. And I think we're just going to start with Black Bolt and go to White Flare because I am a Reshiram guy. I do vastly prefer Reshiram over Zekrom, so I'm hoping to get better pulls out of the White Flare packs. But what am I expecting out of this? Hopefully, an EX or an illustration rare would be perfect. What do I want? Well, my dream card is probably any of the Meloettas. I would take the full art, but I'm really looking for that Meloetta special illustration rare. That is the card I want to see. The big ones are like the whiteout Reshiram and the black Zekrom. Ooh, it's blue. Oh, I like that. Yeah, but the ones that mainly a lot of people want is the black Zekrom and white Reshiram, the complete whiteout and blackout cards. Those would be cool. They're not like my number 1 cards, obviously. I'd much rather get a special art rare than those, but if I did get those, I definitely wouldn't complain. But our first pack of Black Bolt after you get the code. And here is the energy. Oh, they're different energies. Oh, they're like the black and white energies. Oh, sweet. I had no idea they even changed the energies. Oh, I guess I'll have to keep an eye out for those then. I'll put those in a separate pile than I usually do. I usually just throw those in a box or sometimes in the garbage, so that's very interesting. Anyways, our very first card, very fittingly a starter, is Snivy, sitting in a field of green and blue leaves. We got Panpour, a very Gen 5 Pokemon, also in a flower field. Girder, brilliant. Audino, this is my first ever Audino card. If you guys remember back to the Gen 5 Pokemon card Pokedex, I actually did not have an Audino at that time, so that's cool to get. We have Seismitoad with an upwards angle. Musharna, looking into a river, I presume, with the moon shining back on it. We have End's Plan, move up to 2 energies from your bench Pokemon to your active Pokemon. It seems fine enough. I don't really know. Oh, we have a Pokeball. I don't know if those are guaranteed in every pack or those are like a 1 in 5 thing or what, but we have a Rufflet Pokeball pattern. I do quite like that. Next up is a Duosion, just a regular reverse holo. Don't know why I couldn't think of the words there in the final card. Okay, well, I wanted Meloetta, and I received Meloetta. It's not exactly the one I was looking for. A little less rare than the illustration rare or the full art. But still, I will take that. I love Meloetta. It's not one of my favorite Pokemon by any means, but in terms of the EXs available in this set, it is probably one of the ones I would have preferred. I will also go ahead and give the Rufflet a sleeve. Again, I guess we'll have to open the next pack and see if these Pokeball patterns are in every pack or not. But yeah, 2 hits out of 1 pack so far really isn't bad. Let's go ahead and jump into our second Black Bolt pack. And I really do like the blue. I just love the holo pattern in the set. Obviously, you guys haven't seen one in this video so far, but they completely redid the black and white, like, horizontal line pattern that they had in that era, which is really cool. I guess I'll have to show you. I can't imagine we go 4 for 4 here. Otherwise, well, I guess I'd be very happy. But the holos kind of reminisce, kind of look exactly like... Okay, well, that's a good example. They look like the black and white era holos. And apparently, there's holo energies in this set. This is what happens when you don't look into the sets beforehand, apparently. Wow. That's really cool. I'll have to give that a sleeve after because I still have this pack to open. Did not even know those were in the set. I like that they do those all the time. And this must be a special expansion because I'm getting a lot of stuff in a very few amount of packs. Also, the QR codes on this. They're a lot smaller than usual. Anyways, we have Timber hugging his wood. That sounded weird. We have Krokorok. A lot of nature in these cards because this one's standing in a grass field. We have Pawniard sitting over a rippling water pool. I kind of like that Pawniard, actually. We have Pansage. Speaking of cards I really like the style in that Pansage. Braviary to match our Rufflet. This is a good example of the arts matching between evolution lines. You can see that these two cards are done by the same artist, and I think that's really cool. Stay up there, Rufflet. We have Crocodile to match our Crocorock we got a few seconds ago. Electric, I do like the art style on that one. We have another Pokeball pattern. I wonder if they are guaranteed. I wonder if you can also get a Master Ball. But we have Sandile. And interestingly enough, it does cover the whole artwork, even the picture itself. We have Solosis, weirdly enough, to match our Duosion from earlier. And the last card is a Haxorus Holo. So here you can see what I'm talking about with the line pattern across the Pokemon Holo itself, which I think looks really cool. This isn't my favorite Holo that I've seen, but it's a good example of the line thing I was talking about. So 3 cards to sleeve this time. I don't think I grabbed enough sleeves. I guess I underestimated how many cards I'd have to sleeve today. One for the Sandile, which can go ahead and go in the back. One for the Haxorus, which is just a normal holo, but it is one I don't have, obviously, because it's the second ever pack I've opened. He can also go in the back. And then the final one is for the Dark Energy. I feel like I always get the Dark Energies whenever the energies are holos. Also, look at this. This is the old school energy pattern. Like the new ones, I don't really have one on hand I can show you, but they have more of like a flare off to the right. But these ones are the proper triangle that was back in the X and Y days, and obviously the black and white days, which is really cool. I love that attention to detail. I love how they were remaking the original black and white sets. They truly did go all out with it. And we still have 2 packs left to go. Let's get right into White Flare. So far, it's red. It's like a pinky red. I didn't even know they were changed across packs. Look at this. The little text blurb, despite saying the exact same thing, is pink versus blue. Weird. I don't know. I like it. I like this set so far. It's being very nice to me. And of course, we have pack number 3. Here's your code. We're staying with the smaller QR codes on this one. Here's the energy. It's another steel energy. Unfortunately, we did not get a new energy, if anything, but that's okay. I'd much rather get a new hit if I get to pick. But pack number 3, our first White Flare pack, starts with Gothorita, Zorua, a very artsy Zorua. We have Litwick surrounded by a bunch of candles. I do like that one. That one is very cute. Ducklet, admittedly not my favorite Pokemon. Scrafty, in a very unique style. I don't really care for that one either, but it's definitely a unique style. Watchog, that's the same artist that did the Surging Spark Snorlax. You can tell by the grass. Brave Bangle, if the Pokemon this card is attached to doesn't have a rule box, this attack does 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon EX. Okay, that's fine. It kind of sucks it has to be attached and done damage to an EX specifically, but that's fine. And the Pokeball patterns are not guaranteed because this Vanillish is a normal reverse holo. We have a Gothorita as our second reverse holo, and the final card is a Cofagrigus holo. So this is more what an average pack would look like, but this Cofagrigus has a really cool holo pattern on it. So, not too much to summarize in that pack. We do still have one left to go. I'll give the Cofagrigus a sleeve, though. And our final pack of White Flare, if I can be greedy, I know there's 150 illustration rares in the set. Would love to pull one. I do still have the Victini, because obviously it came on the front of the box. But, I mean, I wouldn't complain with one more. I would even take another EX, if that's really what you want to give me. That's what my luck with Destined Rivals seemed to be, the set before this. I just got EX after EX. So, if it's the same thing here, I wouldn't complain. We have a Fire Energy as our black and white retro energy there, which is at least a new one. And our final pack of today starts with a very cute Vullaby. Never thought I'd say that about Vullaby because he's not a very cute looking guy. Sewaddle, I like the lighting on that one a lot. Gothorita, I think we have the whole set now. Vanillish. Galvantula, I am a big Galvantula fan. We have Heatmore, can't say the same about Heatmore. Sawsbuck, it's kind of a cool looking card. We had the reverse holo Litwick. If I had to get a reverse holo of one, the Litwick is kind of a cool one. Last chance for an illustration rare. It is not, it is a Vanillish. And the last card is a Samurott holo. So about average pulls overall, just getting one EX out of 4 packs. However, with the added energy and the cool holo pattern and the 2 Pokeball cards and the Victinis, I would still say this was worth my $20. I'm glad I did not pay scalper prices for this box because I would have been upset. And hey, you shouldn't pay scalper prices for boxes. Just wait till you find it at a retail store or wait until the big inevitable crash of Pokemon cards, and then you can go ahead and buy some more. That's probably what I'm going to do. I still have to open up the Build and Battle boxes for Journey Together and Destined Rivals to complete the set of Build and Battle boxes, but we're waiting for those prices to crash. We will do them one day, mark my word, just maybe a little bit from now. And we have quite a few cards to summarize, actually. Starting off, we have 3 holos with this cool-looking Samurott, Cofagrigus, and Haxorus. We have three Pokeball patterns with Victini, who is unfortunately damaged in the bottom right corner, with Sandile, who's probably my favorite of the 3. I like the artwork on Sandile, and Rufflet. We have 1 Pokemon EX. After this energy, we have the cool Darkness type energy. We have 1 Pokemon EX in the Meloetta, which is probably the best pull that we got today. But my favorite card of the opening is the Victini illustration rare that came on the front of the box. And yeah, that was a really cool and surprising, because I wasn't expecting to open up Black Bull or White Flare today. Start to Black Bull and White Flare, the last set of the Scarlet and Violet era. And if you manage to get your hands on the set, let me know what you think of it in the comments down below. And I can't wait to open more of it. I definitely will at some point. It might depend on if I can find more product out in the wild. And it might be a little while. But yeah, I've enjoyed this little sneak peek. I hope you guys have too. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to take care of yourselves, because mental health is important. I'll see you all in my next episode, and ta-ta for now.